Welcome to today's episode with the Hidden Medium. I am recording this during a thunderstorm, so hopefully it does not get too rowdy out there. It's coming down in buckets. We'll see. Meanwhile, I usually do a nice intro, but today I'm going to jump right in and discuss the events of my weekend. I have so many vlogs backlog, but life just keeps happening to me, and I wanted to take the time to post this vlog while events were still fresh in my mind. So this weekend, my husband and I attended my baby cousin's wedding. She's the youngest of the first cousins, because yes, I now have a bunch of second cousins. She's a college graduate and an overall great girl, though I may be biased because she's my family. I have only met her now husband a handful of times, but he has a great job and social skills, which in this day and age is hard to find in a person. So the couple got married in a traditional church manner with readings of Bible verses from family members and offerings of sacrament. Now, believe it or not, churches and cemeteries are usually pretty quiet places for me. There's an element of peace that is found in these places. It's kind of weird. However, when I entered the church this weekend, I was overwhelmed by static in my brain. I know enough to realize that this means there's a lot of spirits trying to talk to me all at the same time. When this happens, it comes across as TV static. For all the youngins listening, and you're wondering what TV static sounds like, search the Poltergeist movie of 1982. TVs actually used to run out of programming, play the national anthem, then go to static. Anyway, I sat down in a pew filled with my cousins and their families, and I took the spot right next to my husband. I closed my eyes and just took a few deep breaths. During this moment, I saw blue eyes. For me, that means our grandma is with us. I then got a vision of her husband, my grandpa. If you haven't heard from other vlogs, my maternal grandpa is a very dominant figure in my mediumship. We communicate clearly with each other, and I found out through dreams that his genetics contributed greatly to my abilities. Again, that's a vlog that's on the docket to be completed, so be sure to subscribe so you don't miss it. I always see my grandpa as he looked in his 30s. My mother once showed me a picture of him after I described seeing him in a dream. He's not too much different, just younger and thinner than I remember him. Although I could feel so many spirits around, Grandpa was the one I predominantly communicated with. I sometimes have a hard time when so many spirits are around. I get overwhelmed and I can't control the emotions. They're all laying on me at once, especially the spirits that are new to communicating with the medium. So I'm pretty sure Grandpa kept them at bay for my own protection, and so I don't look like a maniac in church, like laughing and crying out someone else's emotions. Sorry, that was a super loud thunder. Okay. Though at one point I did have to tell Grandpa to get it together because he was about to cry and make me cry, and I am not a crier. My grandpa made me acknowledge that all of his children were together, all in one place. He absolutely loved that image. So many families fall apart or have arguments they can't get past, but not his kids. They all came together and loved one another, and he was so proud seeing all his kids, grandkids, great-grandkids. And yep, that's when he was about to cry. I said, Gramps, get your shit together because I am not crying at this wedding. He went and stood behind the bride and groom. A grandkid he never got to meet during his incarnation. My grandpa passed away in 1998. My baby cousin was only born in 2000. But it didn't matter. The love that poured out of him for his grandkid, he never got to hug or take bike rides with or work fire tree circle with or make pancakes for. I mean, the list goes on and on. We were really blessed to have some amazing grandparents. All the while, I could feel other spirits around me. I didn't hear anything from them, and I only received empathic emotions from my own grandpa, but they were there. I wish I could tell you who everyone was, but there was at least 3 to 5 others. When I walked into the church that day, I felt like there were hundreds of spirits trying to talk to me. Perhaps they were there for other people or services for the church that weekend. I don't know. But the crowd cleared out, and I was left with 3 to 5 spirits and my grandpa. There are times I feel bad that I can't give all the answers, and perhaps that is why I kept this gift a secret for so long, because everyone wants answers and I can't always give them. I am waiting for some pictures to come my way of the ceremony, and I will meditate on them and see if I can get better answers to the questions of who else was there. But I decided to get this vlog done right away because I want my family to understand that our grandparents know everything. They see the children playing, they see the love we all have for each other, and how important we hold our family in our hearts. I know it isn't the same as having them here in the physical world, and perhaps it's easier for me because I can feel the emotions they express. But know that love doesn't end just because the human form ceases to exist. Our grandparents are around more often than you think. Talk to them whenever you feel compelled to do so. Trust me, they hear you. They are listening and they are around. Maybe he needs to start moving toys around the room. And if you don't get that reference, you need to scroll back to the Phantom Steed episode. Also, as a side note, according to my husband and my sister, it is okay to cry. I'm not a crier. I hate the act of it. I will push those emotions down deep where they belong. I'm told that's not healthy, but that's who I am, so that's what goes on. But just know, it's evidently okay to cry. Sometimes I'm more like my mother than I care to admit. She's a tough lady, and I don't think I ever have seen her cry. Probably where I get it from. So meanwhile, the ceremony concluded and we left the church to go party, dance and drink, and put my mediumship on hold so I can just enjoy the moment with my family. I will make a conclusion video with the results of my picture meditation, so be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any new episodes and updates. As always, feel free to like and comment, ask any questions you may have, and submit your photos to my email. Thanks for listening, and I hope you have a fantastic day.